And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And he's coming off a season where he showed everyone that he was worth every single penny he was given. He now has 2 MVP trophies on his resume and was on the verge of adding a Lamar Hunt trophy to go with it. Unfortunately, things didn't work out in his favor, but make no mistake about it. He's truly one of the most electrifying players in the NFL. As long as he's the man under center, they'll always be in championship conversation.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is just depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. And he was looking for Rashad Bateman there, but it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Again, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Our first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Ball start. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. From back at the 8 now after the false start. Another try at 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit, because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out, and at the helm, a now 3-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL, it's Patrick Mahomes.
I think it's safe to say that at this point in his career, there's really nothing Mahomes hasn't accomplished by this time. 3 Super Bowl rings, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 league MVPs, a couple of all-pro nods, and a passing title. When you lay it all out, it doesn't even sound real, especially when you consider the fact he's not even 30 years old. Now he has his sights set on being the first quarterback to three-peat. If there's anyone who can do it, it's certainly him.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. To throw is Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Jackson. Incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Henry running right. Fighting his way through contact. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Pacheco once again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Mahomes now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Hollywood with the first down grab. And that's something they like to see in the offense, but what they really want to see, his explosion. Ever since he's entered the league, he's been a long ball receiver, and the Chiefs hope that trend continues as they try to win their 3rd straight Lombardi Trophy come February. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes says, "Go long, Hollywood. I'll find you."
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Now they'll throw with Mahomes.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Hopkins, a man in motion left. Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
41 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this will be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now here's Mahomes.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Jackson.
Able to locate Andrews here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Well, Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here.
Jackson now.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down in the yard.
They go play action with Jackson. Caught left side, Hopkins. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. His throw incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Jackson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now the try here for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. KC's offense ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Back to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the...
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy.
And the return will stop right around the 25. After the interception, here's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
A try here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Xavier Worthy.
61 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The tight end in motion right. To throw is Jackson.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, hang on here. DeAndre Hopkins is shaken up, so we're going to have a pause for an injury. 3rd down and 1. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw again is Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Mahomes going to throw. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 39. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. In motion, the tight end Kelsey. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
A first down carry for Henry.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. Off the option, here's Henry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hopkinson in motion left.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
This will go to Henry out wide. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run up. Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I